Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the studio still with Shameeka of Kyoko Linden. Right, because you talked about wanting to be the first full-figured woman to feature your line in London. You know, it's a long journey and a long road. Let's talk about the in-betweens because not only, like you say, yes, we still need to hear encouragement, we still need to research, you still need to study. You know, because the fashion industry is so competitive, what do you do in the meantime to keep at least the finances flowing and the dream alive? Because you are a godly woman, your perspective won't be the same as the industry as a whole. So why don't you talk to that young lady that's trying to, quote unquote compete, in a male dominated industry, believe it or not, and it's mostly European males. It's not African American women that are dominating the full figured industry. So how do you encourage that young lady to say, you know what? Just keep on going, keep on doing. When does she know maybe you need to put this down for a second?
But that's like I said, that's towards the individual because you can't say, well, put it down and work on something else. And if this is your dream and this is your vision that your desire, you can't. I know sometimes it will be frustrating where you're not prospering, like you see other individuals and stuff, but the thing is that you can't worry about what the next person is doing. All you can do is just keep researching and building your brand up. I know this, I don't want to sound like churchy or whatever, but it's like study to show yourself approval. So when you do get that opportunity, you can list down like, look, this is what I've accomplished. This is what I've done. I've done this so many years and blah 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 blah. But to say, I mean, there's no other way around is that you just have to keep working. You have to keep studying. You have to keep sh- doing research, stay on the trends, stay on what's the colors are coming in for each year. And we all know that in the fashion industry, you get your year to 2 years of colors, prior before the year is coming up. So, say for instance, this is 2015, where they have colors already out for like 16 and 17, the year of 16 and 17. So that's what I mean. Like you have to like know the industry. Um, if you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. Be around individuals who has succeed or who has conquered or has been successful in the areas that you're trying to get. And we always say that, oh, in nationality or whatever how you say we always saying, no, you don't need nobody. You just do what you have to do, or you just do it. But you need someone to help you not make the same mistakes. I mean, help you to not make the mistakes that another individual did. So that's why I'm saying, like, get a mentor. They could help you to not to make the same mistake they did. So that's the, I mean, the key focus of doing that is to like know your brand, know what you won't allow, know what you won't do, what you will do, and just know that it's out there. And we can't, and I'm learning that you can't get something for nothing. You have to put in the work. You have to study. You have to make sacrifices in order to get where you need to go. There's no cut corners or anything about it. So if you have to start from the bottom as being a seamstress at a cleaning store, or hem and pants, for your neighbors or your relatives and stuff like that. You have to. That's how I started. People was like, "Oh, I need you to hem up my pants." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, "No, I'm not no seamstress. I'm a designer." But you have to start from somewhere in order to get where you need to go. And so I'm realizing that, and I understand. So that's what I would tell the younger version of me, or the younger people who are in this field. You have to start somewhere, get your foot in, and then learn your craft. That's the main thing. Learn a craft, and then you could go from there.
One thing I know about you is that you decided to change your diet and what you eat and take care of your health. Let's talk about that journey. What made you to decide to become a vegetarian and how's that going?
Always wanted to be a vegetarian, to believe it or not, but my surroundings, every time I would tell my surroundings or individuals about, "Oh, I want to do a vegetarian," and that's the first thing they would say, "Where you gonna get your proteins from? Where you gonna get your proteins from?" And so that discouraged me for quite a bit. But to believe it or not, when I joined New Life Covenant Church, we had to do a fast, and it was based on vegetarian for the whole week. So, thank God that I was able to do it for the whole week, and I enjoyed it and I liked it. And then from there, I went and I became a vegetarian. That will be 3 years, and right, yeah, in 3 years in October, it will be 3 years that I've like fully stick with being a vegetarian. It's awesome. I don't miss any meat whatsoever. I get all my proteins, and I enjoy it. I really
Yeah,
like.
I've transitioned in and out because I was actually ordered to go back to eating meat proteins because the way my body work, and like you say,
Mhm.
it's an individual process. I
Right.
need that beef protein for my iron because as you grow older, your body does change. But
Mhm.
it's good to know that you can switch in and out of that,
Mhm.
environment and lifestyle. Because
Mhm.
even like you're saying, one thing as a small business woman, I needed to do a fast and pray about some things. So one of the decisions I made was to eliminate meat, out of that fast for at least sometimes 40 days. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So, and I found like a lot of times you use ingredients or you find different recipes that you would have not found had you stuck to the same, same old diet that you've been eating all along. And health wise, you get so much energy back. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Completely, I love it. But like you, it's like even though I was a vegetarian for a season, I was ordered back on meat, but for time and time again, I'm always leaning towards I don't really have to have meat. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There are so many different meals, so many different menus, and this is what I love about the creative arena is that once your mind starts going to a place where I can think different, then you can start doing different. So I don't have anything against being a vegetarian, but it's like understand that there are so many diets that you miss out when you don't eliminate some things. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Would you repeat that, because I like the way you said
Sure.
when your mind
When
what
your mind, this is what I learned when I came
uh-huh,
to DEM, was
uh-huh,
that creative people and administrative people think differently.
correct.
And sometimes you get trapped up into I go to this restaurant or I go to this place and my mama always cooked this or my daddy always made this for me. So you're always in that mindset of understanding this is how it's always been. Why do I have to change?
Mhm.
So it's like when I went to school, you get introduced to different people that eat different menus that you never even saw before. So
Right.
and I'm not a foodie at all. I'm very much like I eat what I know. So if you got something, some kind of squid or something looking at me talking about try this, it's not gonna happen. you
Right.
know but if I understand the ingredients and what are in it, I'm more willing to try it. So your mind goes, okay, let me at least, if this is just beans, with different seasoning like hummus and Middle Eastern food, they use a lot of different spices than American menus do. So when you start eating like chickpeas, which is a Puerto Rican Spanish menu,
Beans, yeah.
right, beans, but they
Mm-hmm.
fry their
Peas.
chickpeas, so it
Yeah.
becomes, a wonderful vegetarian meal that you can
Mm.
eat on
Yep.
in bread and stuff like that. So,
Yep.
I'm always, loving that kind of understanding. So it's like I don't have to eat meat when I know that menu. There's a whole boatload of things that my mind can understand. I have options. I have choices. And that's what you were saying when you said that you have to be able to switch change and not do the same old all the time. I go, I understand that. See what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Yep.
in business, you need to be able to do that because, like you're saying, finances are not always there. There may be a reason because you decided not to go with a particular line of clothing and that's not the popular color or not the popular style that season. Well, you have to go into waiting until certain seasons or your moment of opportunity comes back again, and it's okay. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You're not always in go mode. You need to take a rest. You need to take some time and just drink some tea and, relax for a moment and pray through some decisions that don't need to be made overnight.
Oh, I will share that. Don't let anyone to disturb you from your dream. If God has placed it in your heart to do what he called you to do, he placed a vision, a dream, or something that he wanted for you to do, don't back down. Don't shy about it. Don't think that you can't do it. Just go for it. Trust and go for it. What's in your gut, what's in your heart. Um Too many times we allow our circle or our people that's close to us to talk us out of what you was born to do, and don't allow it. Don't allow it. Just keep it for. Pray about it and keep moving.
We love it. Thank you so much for coming for a quick visit this time, but we're going to have her definitely back in the studio later this season. Shamika, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they reach you?
Well, they can reach me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page at Kyoko Linden Facebook page for right now, and they can email me at kyokolinda@yahoo.com, and they can reach me through there.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening for another episode of Chief Artisan Thursday. We're going to have more small business owners here in the studio to help inspire you, to let you know that you can do it and all things are possible. Take care and God bless.